Oh, hello again! This is GeoBrax, bringing you episode number 2 of the Global Cities Tournament for the 2020 rankings. Today we are doing the first and second rounds for quadrant number 1. We will be conducting a live draw for the categories. As you know, there are 18 available categories. We're picking up to 5 for each of the matchups we have today. They're going to be 20. And of course we have a master of the draw ceremony. Yes, in fact, there is a real person here who will be conducting the draw. This is not a robot. Not a robot, I can confirm. Okay, and we're going straight ahead. In the first matchup today, we have the number 1 overall seed, New York City, United States. And their second round matchup is Amman, Jordan. The first category of the first matchup of the tournament is
largest urban park.
Well, New York City has Van Cortlandt Park in the Bronx with 1,146 acres. The largest urban park in Amman, Jordan is King Hussein Park, 69 acres. That's 1-0 New York City. Next category, please.
Cost of living.
Bad news for New York, isn't it? Clearly, it's less expensive to live in Amman, Jordan. Actual numbers here, $2,771 in Amman gets you what? $8,100 gets you in New York City. 1-1 tie. What's our third category?
Best flag.
We look at the New York City flag. There are 2 human beings on this flag, and if you notice, there's an eagle and also 2 beavers. It's really busy. The best part of the flag is that it has the year of foundation of 1625. That's pretty cool. But then you look at the Amman flag, amazing color scheme. Green, yellow, brown, like concentric circles coming out the back. Oh, complete abstractism. I love it. We're gonna go with Amman, Jordan. That's a 2-1 lead for the underdog. Can New York City pull it back? Fourth category.
Annual rainfall.
I wonder if a city here is going to win the annual rainfall contest. Spoiler alert, they won't. New York City, 1,138 millimeters per year. Amman, 274. We have a 2-2 tie. The decider, which category for all the marbles?
Traffic index.
Traffic index. Is New York scared? Who has worse traffic? Amman or New York? Traffic index number for Amman, Jordan, 200.25. New York City's traffic index is 161.5, meaning New York City takes the category, a 3-2 victory. They eke it out. First team into the third round, your number 1 overall seed. The second round matchup to follow is number 81, Beirut, Lebanon, versus the higher seeded number 55, Johannesburg, South Africa. Master of the draw, what's our first category?
Gross domestic product.
Gross domestic product. Neither one of these cities is a powerhouse in this category. Well, let's go ahead and check. Johannesburg, $76 billion. And then it's hard to find exactly what the numbers are for Beirut, but the entire country, Lebanon, was only $52 billion. Therefore, category 1, Johannesburg. Next category.
International visitors.
International visitors. This is not the number of people who fly into your city. It's the number of people who stay the night on a lot of the indices. Who do we think has more visitors? Beirut, 1.2 million per year. Johannesburg, 3.6 million. 2-0 lead to the South Africans. What's the third category?
Largest urban park.
Largest urban park is does not seem like it's going to be too great for the cities in the Middle East. Largest urban park in Beirut is Horsch Beirut, 74 acres. It's not very big. It's not very big. Now when there's a Delta Park in Johannesburg, 267 acres. That's a 3-0 sweep. Johannesburg on to the third round. They will be meeting New York City. Oh hey, we're back. Continuing with another second round matchup in the first quadrant. Number 35 overall, Osaka, Japan versus number 99, Caracas, Venezuela. We shall see what the master of the draw has to say about this one. First category is
International visitors.
This should be a blowout, shouldn't it? Caracas, 2017, about 430,000 people. Osaka, 7.9 million international visitors. That's 1-0 lead to Osaka. Category 2, please.
Crime index.
Did you just pick crime index for Caracas? Wow, that is all right. It's 2-0 Osaka, 84.52 to Caracas, 31.27 Osaka. Caracas, worst crime rate of any city in this tournament. Ouch. Third category, please.
Busiest airport.
Caracas really wishes this were the 1955 Global Cities Tournament, don't they? Busiest airport, Maiquetía Simón Bolívar had 3.9 million passengers. 2018, yeah. Kansai in Osaka had 28.7 million. That's a sweep. Who will Osaka face in the next round? Oh hey, is this thing still on? Hey, next matchup here in the second round of the GC 2020. Number 102, Chongqing, China, facing off against the number 31 seeded team, Zurich, Switzerland. Master of the draw ceremony. What's the first category?
Average high temperature.
Ooh, and again, this is the only target category. The city closest to 23 degrees Celsius wins. The average high monthly temperature in Zurich, 12.8 Celsius. Chongqing, 22.1 Celsius. That's 1-0 Chongqing. Second category, please.
Annual rainfall.
I have no idea. Except I do. It's 1,090 millimeters per year in Chongqing. 1,133. That's a difference of 43 millimeters. Category to Zurich, it's a 1-1 draw. Let's build up the drama. Next category, please.
Surface area.
These old European cities are not going to fare well in this category, are they? Oof. 92 square kilometers. Yeah. Chongqing might actually have the biggest surface area. It's 82,400 square km. Anyhow, that's 2-1 in Chongqing. Fourth category, please.
Busiest airport.
Ooh, is this category the decider, or will it be a fifth one? Flughafen Zurich. 31.5 million passengers in 2019. Jiangbei Airport. 41.6 million Chongqing, knocking out the seeded team, going on to the third round. Oh hey, we're going on to our very first round matchup. Yes, we're doing the first and second round simultaneously. The winner of this matchup will immediately play their second round matchup. But we have number 77, St. Petersburg, Russia, the highest ranked team forced into the first round against a wild card, Manchester, England. First category, please.
Traffic index.
Traffic index. Well, I'll let you know that Manchester, England has a traffic index of 164.43. St. Petersburg, Russia, 205.25. That's higher. That's worse. First category to Manchester. Second one, please.
Largest urban park.
Have you ever heard of Heaton Park in Manchester? 600 acres large. Is 600 acres larger than Sosnovka Park? No, because at 746 acres, we have a 1-1 draw in the first round. Next category, please.
Busiest airport.
Ooh, the draw gods are having a time right now. This is interesting. Pulkovo LED in St. Petersburg had 19.6 million passengers in 2019. How much did Manchester Airport have in 2019? I wonder. How about 29.4 million? That's 10 million more. That's a 2-1 lead for the wild card. Can they pull the upset? Category 4.
Largest stadium.
Krestovsky Stadium, St. Petersburg, seats 67,800. That is a winning number for largest capacity stadium. Unless your city has Old Trafford, 74,879 max capacity. Manchester United bringing it home. A 3-1 victory, Manchester, England, on to the second round. Oh, you guys thought Manchester, England was done. No. Here's their second round. Number 17 seed, Seoul, South Korea, trying to stop the wild card magic of Manchester, England. Who's going to come out on top and go to the third round here in quadrant 1? First category, please.
Best skyline.
Alas, this one is no contest. No contest at all. Have you seen Seoul's skyline? Ooh. Yeah, that's an easy one. That's an easy 1-0 for the South Koreans. What's the second category, please?
Purchasing power.
I mean, you think the purchasing power is probably pretty high in South Korea, wouldn't you? Wouldn't we all? I mean, it is. But Manchester, England, still 21.2% higher. That's a 1-1 draw. Next category, please.
Average high temperature.
Average high temperature, you're talking the British Isles, though. I mean, look at this latitude. Look where South Korea is. Yeah. Average high temperature, 13.1 in Manchester, England. Average high monthly temperature, of course. In Seoul, it's 16.4. That's closer to 23. That's a 2-1 lead for Seoul. Can they finish it off in 4?
Best flag.
Points have to be taken off here for Manchester because they don't have a city flag per se. The flag that we're showing right now is the council, 10 city council in the county. It's kind of redundant, a lot of repetition, just the same castle over and over. South Korea is this really nice stick figure with one long arm attached to his body and another different colored arm sticking out. I mean, it's subjective. And we're subjecting Manchester to a 3-1 loss right here. Seoul, South Korea, to the third round. Oh, hey guys. Just, house cleaning in the basement. But we're back. We're continuing the second round here of GC 2020. And this one is number 91, Dhaka, Bangladesh versus number 45, Seattle, United States. All right, Draw Master, what do we have?
Tallest building.
Ooh. I think American cities like this category. I think they do. Tallest building in Dhaka is City Center Dhaka, 171 meters in height, 37 floors. Seattle's tallest building, the Columbia Center, 286 meters, 76 floors in the sky. 1-0 Seattle. Next category.
Public transportation usage.
Seattle, pretty decent. 21.25% of people use public transportation to get to work or school. But in Dhaka, it is 45% with their bus systems and their trams. That is a 1-1 draw. What is the third category, please?
Population.
Yeah, it looks like the lower seed's about to go up 2-1. Population of Seattle, about 740,000. Population of Dhaka, about 8.9 million. It's 2-1. Can they pull the upset for the Bangladeshis? Fourth category.
Gross domestic product.
They cannot do it here, that's for sure. Wow, okay, 392 billion for Seattle in 2018. 162 billion in Dhaka. Respectable, not respectable enough. Category 5.
Busiest airport.
The Hazrat Shah Jalal Airport. 16.7 million passengers, Seattle, Tacoma. That's a drum roll for those of you who can't see what I'm doing. That's a drum roll. 51.8 million, that is Seattle taking the category. 3-2 matchup victory for Seattle, and we are sending them into the third round. And we're back with more first round action here. Global Cities Tournament 2020, we have an Asian first round matchup. That is number 131, Ahmedabad, India versus the wild card, Hanoi, Vietnam. Master of the draw, what are we beginning with?
Gross domestic product.
At the largest city of Gujarat State, Ahmedabad, $59 billion 2017. But apparently, it's still larger than Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam, $49.2 billion in the same year. So 1-0 lead to Ahmedabad. Next category, please.
International visitors.
1.38 million people internationally visiting Ahmedabad 2018. But Hanoi, Vietnam, 4.7 million. That's a 1-1 draw. Getting down to it. What's the third category?
Annual rainfall.
Let's see. Ahmedabad, 767 millimeters. It's not a tropical amount. You know what it is? 1,605 millimeters. Hanoi with a 2-1 lead. Fourth category, please.
Best skyline.
That's brutal. That's brutal. Have you seen the Ahmedabad skyline? I don't think the people there have seen a skyline either. No. This one's easy. That's a victory for Hanoi. 3-1. The wild card advancing to round 2. Oh hey, we're still on Hanoi. Second round matchup. Number 62, Santiago, Chile versus the wild card, Hanoi, Vietnam. It's the first category here in the second round.
Busiest airport.
Arturo Menino Benitez Airport in Santiago, 24.6 million passengers in 2019. Hanoi, the Noi Ban International Airport, 27 million. That's 2.5 million more. It's a 1-0 lead for our wild card. Second category, please.
Crime index.
You really hate South American city, don't you? This man's drawing crime index against the Southeast Asian city. 56.90 Santiago, 37.65. That's a 2-0 lead. Are they going to sweep? Next category, please.
Highest elevation.
Well, certainly the city next to the Andes would win, right? Like 570 meters. Hanoi has there's an elevation in Hanoi of 1,296 meters. All right, that's a sweep. Hanoi to the third round. Final second round matchup on the top half of the first quadrant. Number 111, Tunisia, versus the number 16 overall seed, Madrid, Spain. What are we starting it off with, Master of the Draw?
Public transportation usage.
25.6% of the Madrileños that responded use the bus and the train to get to work or school. Yeah. They lost. Tunis, 43.75%. They have a light rail line that is very busy. 1-0 for Tunis. Next category, please.
Surface area.
So one of them's jammed up against the Mediterranean. Which probably explains why it's losing this category. 213 square km. Tunis, Madrid, 604 square kilometers. Probably not going to win that category too often, but they did this time. A 1-1 draw. Next one, please.
International visitors.
The people of Madrid are clapping right now, aren't they? The very hyped. Absolutely hyped. 5.44 million visitors. Yeah. That's a lot more than Tunis has. We're not going to get it. It's a win. 2-1. Can Madrid finish it off in 4?
Cost of living.
Can Madrid finish it off in 5? Cost of living. So if you had $1,361 in Tunisia, it would cost you $3,300 to buy the same amount of stuff in Madrid. Category 5, you love to hear it. What is it going to be?
Purchasing power.
Well, Madrid avoids the second round upset. 170% higher purchasing power. On to the third round with them. Moving on to the second round matchups on the bottom half of the first quadrants. We're starting off with the number 10 overall seed, Washington, United States. They are facing off with the 82 ranked Hangzhou. First category, please.
Cost of living.
Well, what would you say if I gave you $2,600 in Hangzhou? Would that be equivalent to having to pay $6,500 in Washington? I think it would. 1-0 Hangzhou. Next category, please.
Surface area.
So this little carved out thing between Maryland and Virginia with 177 square kilometers. Yeah, Hangzhou has about 8,000 square km. 2-0. Third category, please.
Busiest airport.
Yeah, I suppose more people fly into Washington every year. Too bad it's one solitary airport that counts. Busiest airport in Washington is the Baltimore-Washington Airport. 27 million passengers to the individual airport. Hangzhou Shaoshan Airport, 38.2 million. Yeah, they win. That's a 3-0 sweep. Goodbye, 10 seed. Hello, third round for Hangzhou. Oh, hey. Glad you're still here with us. Second round matchup, number 113 ranked Belo Horizonte, Brazil, against number 58, KL, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. First category, please.
Purchasing power.
180% higher purchasing power in KL. 1-0 lead to KL. Next category, please.
Highest elevation.
So it's 76 meters in KL. 66 meters. But it's 760 meters in Belo Horizonte. That's a 1-1 draw. Let's keep it rolling. Next category, please.
Best flag.
I gotta say, neither of these are top tier. The Kuala Lumpur flag is kind of a knockoff of the national flag. Just kind of took the top left corner, then put it in the middle, and then put the red, white stripes everywhere. But the Belo Horizonte flag, that's just a no. That's just a no. Yeah, that's 2-1 for KL. Fourth category, please.
Average high temperature.
There it is. That's where being in the interior of Brazil is an advantage to being in Southeast Asia. 31.9 Celsius average high temperature per month. Average high monthly temperature for KL. Average high monthly temperature for Belo Horizonte, 26.8. That's much closer to 23. We have ourselves a 2-2 draw. You know what that means. Category 5 for it all.
Busiest airport.
And there's another South American category that's just not going to happen. That's not. Tancredo Neves Airport, 11.2 million. But Kuala Lumpur International, KUL, 60 million passengers. That's a 3-2 victory. KL versus Hangzhou, round 3. Round 2 action continues. The number 34 ranked city almost got itself seated. Istanbul, Turkey versus 109th ranked team. Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. First category, please, master of the draw.
Traffic index.
That's a lot of people in a small space. For both of them, pretty high traffic indices, 212.67 for Abidjan. It's not going to win too often. But it is going to win here, 247.53 traffic index for Istanbul. They're down 1-0. Can they survive? Next category, please.
Annual rainfall.
We have an upset alert. Ladies and gentlemen, that is 2-0 Abidjan, 1,229 millimeters of annual rainfall. That is quite wet. Istanbul, 640 millimeters. That's quite normal, not good enough. Down 0-2. Can they come back? Let me hear the third category, please.
Population.
3.7 million in Abidjan, pretty large city. Not 15.1 million large though. And we're moving on to category 4, which is
Best skyline.
a respectable young skyline for Abidjan, but Istanbul skyline with the Bosphorus Strait and the beautiful mosque in the background. Beautiful, beautiful. That's a 2-2 draw. Istanbul is the category. It's subjective. You hate me? Don't care. You're still watching. 5th category, please. Who's gonna win?
Busiest airport.
And they're gonna complete the 0-2 comeback. My goodness, Istanbul. Your hearts were racing, I can tell. You thought one of your favorites was gone. They're not. IST Airport, 52 million passengers in 2019. The Félix Houphouët-Boigny Airport in Abidjan, named after the first president of Côte d'Ivoire. 2.1 million passengers. Wow. Heart-pounding, heart-stopping. Istanbul to the 3rd round. We're going to have a first round matchup here. The city of Nur-Sultan, formerly Astana, which means capital in Kazakh, formerly Akmola. They're going to face off against the wild card, Kathmandu, Nepal. What is the first category here? Nur-Sultan versus Kathmandu.
Highest elevation.
Wow, that really seems unfair, doesn't it, to have Nepal in a highest elevation. Anyhow, 1,400 meters for Kathmandu. Highest elevation of Nur-Sultan is 347. That's a 1-0 lead for the wild card. Can they make it 2-0?
Largest urban park.
Here's the thing about Kathmandu. There's a nice urban park called Tundikel. It used to be a lot larger, but they keep encroaching on it with buildings. So guess what? Presidential park in Nur-Sultan at 200 acres. It's larger now. Might not have been 10 years ago, but it is now. It's a 1-1 draw. Category 3, please.
Busiest airport.
One of the borders India and China. That one's gonna win. Tribhuvan KTM Airport, 7.3 million in 2019. The Nur-Sultan Nazarbayev Airport in Nur-Sultan. Yes, they did rename their capital city after their first president, who is still alive. 5.1 million. That's going to be a 2-1 lead for Kathmandu. Can the wild cards keep rolling in the first round? 4th category, Mr. Master of the Draw.
International visitors.
This is a tough one to even figure out. Wow. So, according to my calculations, approximately 882,000 international visitors who stayed in Kathmandu. According to my calculations, there were 731,000 in Nur-Sultan. And according to my calculations, That's a 3-1 lead, which according to my calculations means Kathmandu to the second round. Kathmandu's still here. Can they make it 2 out of 2? Second round action. Kathmandu, Nepal versus the number 23 overall seed, Amsterdam in the Netherlands. First category, please.
Best flag.
I feel bad for whoever loses this one. Are you looking at these? Are you looking at these right now? I mean, Kathmandu just has a sword on a background. That's pretty cool. That's very cool. But Amsterdam has maybe the most iconic city flag in the history of city flags. You know, the whole triple X, you know? That's where it came from. It came from Amsterdam's flag. A city of sin. That's why it's XXX. Look at that flag. Red, black, and white. That's a matchup of titans, but you can hate me all you want. That's 1-0 Amsterdam. Next category, please.
Public transportation usage.
The bike ridership in both cities is about 40%. People going to work and school. Public transportation usage in Amsterdam, about 18.3%. Kathmandu, the buses and the train, about 23.3%. We're tied at 1. Third category, please.
Traffic index.
I don't think either city has bad traffic at all. These are some close matchups. Interesting. Traffic index is incredibly low, 109.10 in Kathmandu. And somehow they still lost the category. A minuscule 97.90 for Amsterdam. That's a 2-1 lead for the seeded team. Can they end it in 4?
Average high temperature.
Alright, let's see what the damage is. This has got to be 2-2. 12.8 Celsius average high monthly temperature in Amsterdam, and quite refreshing, 24.75 Celsius in Kathmandu. That's much closer to 23. Target acquired. What's the 5th category going to be to decide it all?
Surface area.
Did they reclaim enough land with their dikes is basically what it comes down to. Or is it Kathmandu municipal surface area, only 49 square km? Hey, 219 square km. You shouldn't be winning that category, but you do here. 3-2 Amsterdam, going to the 3rd round. This is how I dance when another wild card's coming in. First round action. Bandung, Indonesia, number 111 versus the wild card, Auckland, New Zealand. The only first round matchup that is transcontinental. Oceania makes its first appearance in the tournament. Will they make it count? First round, first category, please.
International visitors.
The island of Java versus the island of North Island. Anyhow, international visitors to Bandung. Approximately 372,000. I don't think that's going to cut it. Not when there's 2.8 million people going through Auckland on a yearly basis. 1-0 to Auckland. Next category, please.
Surface area.
It's 167 square km in Bandung. 607 square km. Can Auckland make it a sweep as a wild card? Let me hear it.
Crime index.
Yeah, we're not feeling a sweep anymore, are we? I don't think so. Not that Auckland has bad crime. It's just not Southeast Asia. 45.90, very low crime index for Auckland. But 40.17. Bandung staying alive. Down to 1, category 4.
Cost of living.
You just did cost of living for a Southeast Asian country against a Commonwealth country. Is that what we? A master of the draw enjoys the drama. It's going to be 2-2. So let's just say if I had $2,501 worth of stuff in Bandung, it would cost me $7,500 in Auckland. Can Bandung finish the 0-2 comeback?
Busiest airport.
Hussein Sastranegara Airport, 4.3 million people in 2018. Auckland International. AKL, 20 million, the wild card, yet again, winning in the first round. Auckland to the second round. And Auckland's in the second round now. They're facing the number 24 seeded Munich, Germany. Master of the draw wins the first category.
Average monthly temperature.
You're just hitting these northern European cities, aren't you, with that? Wow, okay. So the average high monthly temperature of Munich is the draw master's fault. That's not on me. 12.8 Celsius for Munich. 18.8 for Auckland. That's more pleasant. That's better weather. That's a 1-0 lead. Next category, please.
Tallest building.
The Hochhaus Uptown building in Munich is 36 stories tall, 146 meters. The tallest building in Auckland is 180 meters. That is the Commercial Bay Tower, 41 floors. It's a 2-0 lead. Can Auckland get to the third round as a wild card? Let's find out. Next category.
Population.
I think they're both 1.5 million. We're going to get technical here. We're going to get very technical here. 1,470,000 in Auckland. 1,490,000 in Munich. 2-1 lead for Auckland. Can Munich survive a fourth category?
Gross domestic product.
I think they can. That's 190 billion in Munich. 79.7 in Auckland. Hey, being in Western Europe finally helps against being in Oceania, huh? 2-2. Who's taking it home to the third round?
Best skyline.
Have you looked at the Munich skyline? It's kind of just the main square and a really tall church. But if you're looking at the skyline and the Sky Tower in Auckland, baby, from Auckland Bay, that is a beautiful view. That is a 3-2 win. Hate me if you want. It's a subjective category. 3-2, Auckland to the third round. We have number 86 ranked Nanjing, China versus the number 38 ranked Ciudad de Mexico, Mexico. First category, please, master of the draw.
Highest elevation.
You know, a city famed for being difficult to breathe with how high up in the air it is. Ciudad de Mexico, 2,240 meters in the air. Nanjing's highest elevation is it's 20. All right, that's 1-0 Mexico City. Next category, please.
Best skyline.
Mexico City wishes this were best architecture, but it's not. It's best skyline. You can look from the Chapultepec Hill all you want, but you're not going to get what Nanjing is bringing. I'll tell you what. Yeah, go look at some photos. Google image Nanjing. It's a lot of buildings. It's rather nice. And since this is subjective, hate me all you want. That's a 1-1 draw. Next category, please.
Best flag.
If you're looking at this Mexico City flag, it's literally black and white, and it's not good. It's not. Now I know what you're saying. Hey, Geobrax, Nanjing does not have a current city flag. Well, they did until China kind of told them all to stop having them. In about, I think it was 2007, they're just like, no more city flag. Stop it. You can't be cool. Well, when they had a city flag, it was pretty cool. It has a dragon with its chest puffed out on top of a city wall. And it's not black and white. Nanjing takes the category. 2-1 lead. Fourth one.
Purchasing power.
How strong is China? Is it stronger than the strongest city in Mexico? It is. It's 80.7% higher purchasing power. And you can basically pin this whole one on me, but Mexico City eliminated 3-1 to Nanjing. Nanjing to the third round. Number 49, Copenhagen, Denmark versus a very, very low ranked team. 123, Pune. India. Master the draw, let me have it.
Average high temperature.
You really hate Northern Europe. My goodness. That is 11.7 Celsius average high monthly temperature in Copenhagen. But in Pune, it's 31.75. That is very much not close to 23. But it's not close as 11.7. Category somehow to Pune. Next category, please.
Highest elevation.
Copenhagen, 91 meters. Not as sea level as we thought, but Pune, 560 meters. Can Copenhagen pull back from an 0-2 deficit? Master the draw.
Surface area.
They cannot pull down from the 0-2. In fact, they're gone on an 0-3. 180 square kilometers to 484 square kilometers. Yeah, I don't know how many of y'all saw that 3-0 coming, but Pune into the third round. We have made it to the final matchup of this episode. The final two teams to take part in the second round here in quadrant number 1. We have 110 ranked Accra, Ghana versus the number 6 overall seed Hong Kong. Hit me with it, Master of the Draw. First category, please.
Crime index.
How do you beat an East Asian major city in this? You just don't do it. Accra has a pretty low index, actually, 46.03. But Hong Kong, just 22 on the nose. That's impressive. That is an impressively safe city. 1-0 lead for Hong Kong. Second category, please.
Population.
Population 2.27 million people living in Accra, Ghana, but that is 7.5 million in Hong Kong. With a 2-0 lead, can the 6th seed move on?
Best flag.
We can all see Hong Kong does not have a city flag because they have a national flag because they're a city-state. But they do have a city seal. But the Accra city flag is unattractive in so many ways. That beautiful city seal, though technically not a flag, subjective category. I'm going to give it to Hong Kong. That is a 3-0 sweep. Hong Kong to the third round. And there you have it. First and second rounds complete here in the first quadrant. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to follow along, as always, you can join the Discord here. The link will be in the video description. Of course, the next installment in this series will be episode 3, where we'll be doing the first and second rounds for quadrant number 2. And if you want to keep up to date, please subscribe. Alright, this has been GeoBrax. Thank you guys.